We are going to be diving into our last and final panel for the day, which is all about creative freedom, independent woman artists, and inclusivity. So I want to welcome you to join me in welcoming Miss Soy Fria, NFT artist, Luli Sulichin, visual artist, and Catalina, content creator for the Spanish community. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
So
you
I
for
want to take a
having
moment
us.
now. Yes, you're so very welcome. Looking all rad and stuff.
Thank you for having us.
Sunglasses, it's bright up here. There's so much gold.
Yeah, there's a lot of sun, It's Miami.
Yes. So I want to take a moment and give you all the mic to introduce yourself, who you are, what you're working on, and what brought you here to Web3.
Okay, so my name is Fira. I love intellectual orgasms.
Say that again. Say that again. Intellectual.
Intellectual orgasms.
Okay.
And my passion is to connect with people, and I do it through my art. And now I do it through my NFTs. I was the first female NFT artist from Colombia. And I love salsa and cool things. I was the one who told them that we need to wear glasses on the stage. If not, I won't go.
Yeah, if you're not wearing sunglasses up here,
You're not
it's
part of
bright.
the group.
No. So thank you so much, Sarah, Soy Fria, for being so incredibly gold and for shining your light and encouraging us all to shine as well. Luli, can you share more on who
Hello.
you are and what brought you here into Web3?
Hello, my name is Luli Sulichin. I am a conceptual visual artist. I was born in Argentina, but I've been here in Miami for 26 years. And I love this community. I think we're at such an interesting point here because Miami has gone from being kind of an arts and crafts market where tourists would come and buy tchotchkes to 1 week in December for Art Basel. And now we have a year-round community of talented artists participating and creating year-round. And on top of that, we have the tech community that is flocking to Miami. And for artists and creative types, the possibilities are endless. And it's just such a fun, interesting time to be here. I feel very blessed to get to participate in all this.
Yes. And being an active participator is key. And I'm really excited to dive into on how you're actively participating in the space. Catalina, would you like to share more on who you are and what brought you here into the Web3?
Sure. My name is Carolina. I am from Argentina. I've been in the blockchain space for 4 or 5 years now. I focus on creating educational content on YouTube mainly for the Spanish-speaking community about the fundamentals of Bitcoin, blockchain, crypto. My content is more general, not just NFT tokens, or I'm not an artist. But yeah, I think it's very important to educate the new people because there is a lot of hype around blockchain about the fundamentals. And there is a lot of speculation around the technology. So I think a lot of new people are here just to make a quick money. And it's important to educate them, to encourage them to stay for the long run and for the technology and become professionals in the space.
Absolutely, and because it's decentralized, it's so important for participants to be educated because the responsibility lies with you. There's no customer service number you can call. So education is really, really crucial to onboarding people into Web3.
Starting
and
with
for us creatives, if we don't have the audience being brought into Web3, then it's still it may seem like there's a lot of people in crypto, but this is really just starting out.
Yeah, so the creative expression seems to draw people in, but where does that retention stem from? How do you hold people here in this space? You touched on that a little bit, drawing people in through your content creation, but how do you hold people? How do you retain them here in this space?
I try to make people see the potential, long-term potential in the space. There is so much abundance, so many professionals that need to be educated to be part of the next revolution. So many services, products, and companies that will be created, they need professionals, they need educators, they need lawyers, they need developers. So I try to encourage people to see the potential of the long-term run. And that involves the fundamentals, the education, and so on.
Yes, and I think that's so very fascinating that you're providing this content creation, you're providing this education to support these connections to a community that's welcoming it, and there's not many content creators who are doing what you're doing specifically for the Spanish-speaking community. Can you speak more on that? Like, what made you decide to venture onto this journey and to fill this gap?
Good question. I saw the potential myself. I was constantly looking for something with double potential again, wealth creation and impact. And I think what a lot of people are doing, what they are doing has a social human impact. The more people we have realizing how disruptive this technology is, the better. I think middle class will disappear with time. And Web3 and these technologies will bring them back and give them access to everything. Blockchain technology is decentralizing and giving access to money, financial access as well, and so many aspects.
Gold. I want to now bring it back to Soy Fria and Luli. I understand that there was a gigantic drop that's happening this week, and both of you artists are part of it. Can you speak more on that and the role that you're playing?
Sophia and I.
Carnival. Bum, bum.
Sophia and I are very lucky we get to work together. We like each other's work very much. I admire her.
Yesterday, Luli, oh my gosh, we're in the same panel together.
Woohoo!
I love this gaslighting right here. I love it.
I
Pump
mean-
each other up. I mean, we need to do this more, right?
Fira and I are doing a drop at Bitcoin conference next week on the first NFT platform on the Bitcoin network using merge mining and proof of work on Bitcoin. There's nothing like it until Wednesday at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
when the
So
drop happens.
concert party, I will see you there to agree with you, to discuss with you.
So this is a drop. Carnival Art is a curated art platform. I think there's a lot of misconception between NFTs, since NFTs have that visual component. A lot of graphic design gets mistaken for art. But we're seeing, with Beeple's $69 million sale, we're seeing that there's a very significant and genuine art market, and the possibilities for art to engage in this space are very real. And Carnival Art is a curated marketplace. We have 25 artists from all over the world participating in this drop. And a lot of the artists have physical components, physical unlockables to the NFT. So we have one artist that's bringing a sculpture. We have painting. We have, I think we even have sneakers going as unlockables for Ninja. So it's interesting.
It's an endless opportunities here in the space, and you could, whatever your mind thinks of, you can literally bring to.
Because we're building it from the ground up.
Yes.
For creative types, that breadth, that width of possibilities is so attractive. There's so much to have fun with.
This is so very true. So as you were venturing into this journey, how did you even get involved and to become a part of this? Because many of us are looking for opportunities, but we don't know where to start.
So I
You need
started.
to wear sunglasses.
That's
Okay,
step
it
one,
starts by wearing sunglasses. Okay, got it. Done.
Step two.
What do I do next?
I started listening all this, word cloud of buzzwords around.
She's on
She's
it.
got
She's on it.
it.
Okay, she's
She's
on it
got
too.
it.
Okay. Step one complete. Okay, what's
Done.
next?
Check. Step two. So I started listening to all these buzzwords, and a lot of the comments that I was listening, that I was hearing, were very negative and very dismissive. And when I hear someone be dismissive out of ignorance, that kind of like lifts up a red flag for me. And when I don't understand something, I try to learn about it before dismissing it. And the more I learned about it, the more enthused I became. And it's a rabbit hole. And I'm very pro-education. I think education is crucial for this space. So I got a certificate from Wharton in blockchain and cryptocurrency. And then I did one from Duke on DeFi primitives, which I don't even know how I passed. But I was interested in the foundations and the building blocks, because for whatever it is that I'm involved with, I like to have that base. And for an artist, as an artist and a conceptual artist at that, I think a lot of people, when they're interested in physical work, they're looking at texture and color, and whether the painting goes well with their couch. And NFTs, because there's no physicality to it, just opens it up to really being able to focus and narrow down on an idea and connect with people just based on an idea. And that was very attractive to me.
Gold. So two steps, really. Wear sunglasses and
Thank you.
give yourself permission to go down the rabbit hole, or as I like to call it, up the golden rainbow. Because, I mean, I understand what you're saying here. I am a doctor by trade, retired now, who pivoted into the NFT space. And I was recently approached by doctor of pharmacy specifically. And I was recently approached by a colleague of mine who asked me to connect with him with someone on LinkedIn because he's looking for another job. He was recently laid off, and he was looking for the next gig in pharmacy. And I said, okay, that's cool, I can make the connection, but have you heard of NFTs, and have you considered pivoting to NFTs? Like the backdrop there says, pivot to NFTs. It's the program that I guide service providers in pivoting their services to provide value and support Web3. And he was like, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing in the space. Looks great, but I have nothing to offer the metaverse piece. He said it like that, period. Done. End of story. No curiosity, just done.
I have a good friend who's a cardiac nurse, and she is starting a metaverse clinic. You know, there's so much value to bring into this. And I mean, I have kids, I have 2 girls, and throughout the pandemic, I did a lot of, video pediatric calls. And now we have that technology, we have the Aura's ring, we have so many metrics available that you can integrate that into metaverse, into Web3. It's a rabbit hole. There's so much to do.
There's so much to do. In fact, one of my clients, she's a surgical nurse by trade, certified nutritionist. She decided to pivot into the space. I guided her along her journey. And now she's established herself as the NFT nutritionist, providing nutrition and wellness support to the NFT community. And it just goes to show that you can shift your skill sets, your gifts, the
Your
talents,
business.
your business
Your brand.
into this space. And creative expression is one thing, but also we have these incredible skill sets that we've learned from working 9 to 5, and you can add that in as utility, as additional value to your community.
I think it's very early still, and a lot of people can position themselves as experts and pioneers and impact other people and take advantage of it. A business perspective, financial perspective, take advantage of it. If we can encourage people to, talking about how you start, for me it was a process until I had the aha moment and decisive moment that I said, I'm gonna go all in. I don't understand anything because at the beginning you're overwhelmed with so much information, but do it anyway. Do it anyway. Go to conferences.
Yes. How did you overcome that overwhelm?
Building patience, a long-term perspective, and know that it's a process. That's what I try to communicate in my videos. One step at a time, one protocol at a time. Start with Bitcoin, understand the fundamentals, and then go to the other protocols. Solana, Ethereum, etc. It's a process. That's
And
okay.
watch Gary Vee before.
Yes. And Gary Vee is an incredible person if you haven't yet encountered him. I actually started my journey by closing out Gary Vaynerchuk's event back in November. And Yes.
3 people he impacted. He's the reason I have my brand and my YouTube channel. No kidding.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
So we were all inspired by Gary Vee. We should send a picture to him and let him know that he was an inspiration. And that's one of the reasons why we're here on the stage here today. So I started my journey by closing out his event in November at NFT NYC Satellite with spoken word. And it was very well received. And that's when I said, okay, let me lean into this gift a little bit more, share it more with the Web3 space. So Gary Vee actually recommends that you do at least 50 hours of research, dive into the space, as Catalina said, give yourself permission to show up here at conferences if you are able to. Give yourself time to hop into Twitter spaces like the last panel that we were on dove into, and also podcasts as well. Gary Vaynerchuk has a podcast. I have a podcast, Golden Meta Sessions with doc.PEACE, which features NFT creatives who share doses of inspo on how they got started so that you can find and achieve your own version of success here in Web3. There's so many valuable tools that are readily at your fingertips if you give yourself permission to lean into that.
And I also think the community is so open and welcoming, and since this is all relatively new, whether you've been here for 5 years or 6 months, it's still fairly new. People are very open and willing to share what they know or to refer you to someone that might know the answer if they don't know. So I found very welcoming communities here. I'm part of an amazing group called Web3 Equity with Michelle Abbs, and this group has grown to, we're 600 women now in Miami alone, involved with Web3 technology. And it's an amazing resource of knowledge, of community. So being able to actively participate, we hear this word community thrown around a lot in the Web3 space, but there are very genuine, very real communities that exist in the space. And I think women in particular, because our relationship with money is so new, until the 70s, we couldn't have a credit card without our husbands authorizing it. So our relationship with risk, it's very different than a man's relationship with risk.
I'm curious to know, what are some learning moments that you've had experienced, the growth moments that you've experienced on your journey specifically? Would you be willing to share those moments with us so that we can grow and learn along with you?
Me.
Okay.
So for me, the best part is the street experience of the people. So when you talk with people, take them all the street experience they have, and you tell them, hey, not be shy, tell me more. And they tell you more, and you just start taking all that information, and then you mix with more street experience you have, and then you create your own thing. That's my way.
Yes. So you're essentially drawing out the gold in them. And I mean, I used to be a shy girl with a lisp, and I'm sure many of us have experienced that shyness that comes when you're given the opportunity to take the mic, the nerves. But when you give yourself permission to not only fully express yourself, but also draw out the light in others, if you see something that you appreciate in someone else, let them know. If you see something that you're admiring from far away, take the 10 seconds to go up and let them know, because it does make a difference.
Absolutely, and as artists, it's so important to absorb that and to engage with other people and to see, a lot of the work that I do is about social commentary. It's about social justice issues. It's about what's going on in our society. So actively engaging in that society is a major part of the work that I do, because otherwise I have no sarcastic subplot of crypto commentary to work on. So that interaction in real life or through Twitter Spaces, which is very real life also as well. I've had wonderful experiences where I'm in a Twitter space and I'll hear someone say something that I'm interested in, and then I'll reach out and then we'll talk over the phone and they'll send me links, and we'll interact in that way, and it's very enriching.
I agree. I think there's a lot of support here in the space. Was there ever a moment where you were like, okay, I got to pivot. This isn't working. Like there needs to be.
So many. I think one of the things that I wanted to highlight is that crypto blockchain is not all roses. It's not all positive.
Yes.
It's hard. It is hard. It's so volatile. When the market corrects 50%, we're all like, damn, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what are the factors that are impacting the market right now. Maybe eventually we'll realize it. And the patterns that we may have used before to see what could have impacted the market right now may not be the same. So everything is new, everything is evolving. So be aware of the volatility, be aware of the fact that we are still very early, that we are pioneers, that we have a lot of challenges to face, regulations, a friction between centralization and decentralization. We are pioneers and we're going to face it, and it's not easy. Yeah, so stay strong, be part of the community, make friends, and study the fundamentals. Because if you know the fundamentals, seriously, sorry that I said it again, because if you know the fundamentals, you know that this is eventually going to disrupt the world. So it will happen. Decentralization is inevitable. It's a matter of when, not a matter of if.
On that note, I think there's still some need for centralization, especially, for example, for us as artists. You know, you can do an NFT, and yes, you can mint it yourself, but there's just so much noise in the space that it's going to get buried in the Twitter sphere. So for example, for me, being part or working with a more curated platform, and for musicians as well, for other artists as well, I think having more of a centralized approach, if you will, to a marketplace is kind of crucial at this point. And until you're super, super famous and then people find you for you. But if you're starting in the space, having a curated marketplace.
Yes. I'm curious to know, for those who have started their artistic expression as an artist before they entered into the Web3 space. So if you were an artist in Web2 and you shifted to the Web3 space, how was that transition, and have you found yourself more successful in Web3?
I think it's another tool for your tool belt. You know, I got into this not to stop making physical art, but just in addition to. It's not like an and/or paradigm. I think it's everything.
Okay, so
For me, it's the best thing that happened in my life. Really. Now I'm free. I have my iPad there. I work from there. Now my digital art have a value. Oh. Hola. Yeah. What happened?
I think we've run out of time.
I know.
And that was us, everybody. Thank you very much.
Yeah, now my digital art have a value, have a certificate of authenticity on internet, so it's the best thing that happened in my life.
There's also, we get a greater stake in our own careers. You know, if I sell a physical painting for $5,000, and then I grow in notoriety, and my work goes up, I have no more stake in that painting. You know, if the collector sells it again, that's between the collector and the next client, and I'm out of the loop. Whereas in the NFT space, even if I sell a physical painting with an NFT as the certificate of authenticity, when that physical painting sells again, I still have a stake in the matter. So it's a fantastic tool for artists.
It definitely. It definitely is a fantastic tool that many are.
You got it. You got it.
Hello.
Nope.
Hello?
It definitely is a fantastic tool that many of us are leaning into as we discover the usability of the space. It's not just another platform. Yes, it is. It's a marketplace, but it is a marketplace that allows you to monetize in perpetuity.
Absolutely. And for artists, I mean, especially for branches of art that were traditionally undervalued in galleries such as video art or installation or conceptual art, this is going to revolutionize those art markets that were just traditionally undervalued because it's very difficult to sell, digital art in a gallery or video art or an installation or a performance or a conceptual piece. So I just think that it's such an attractive vertical to explore.
It sounds like it's revolutionizing the art industry. It's revolutionizing the music industry. It's revolutionizing a lot of industries. And I want to lean more into, Catalina, your content creation. Are there specific elements of content that you produce that you find that your community is really leaning into? What content right now is really desired?
That's a good question. So at the beginning, I studied with educational videos about the fundamentals. Then I realized that people...
Hello?
Woo!
No, not even.
Not even.
It's been a long day, everybody.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh. That people are attracted to money, to make money fast. So if you want to grow fast, just do clickbait and talk about predictions. But that's okay if you want to do it from a marketing perspective. But to answer your question, new people are more interested into that. And I slowly and gradually try to encourage people to learn the fundamentals. And I anticipate them to what's going to happen. The bad side of not the bad side, but I try to encourage people to see the positive sides and be aware of what can happen during the market cycles. That it's okay to feel this is this way, have a plan for different scenarios in the market. So to answer your question, people are more at the beginning interested in making money fast, and then slowly I try to encourage them to stay and become professionals in the space and be involved and engage.
Gold. I want to lean deeper into these fundamentals.
Sure.
You mentioned it 3 times now.
Sorry.
And no, it's great. I would love for you to touch on 3 top fundamentals that we need to know so that we can take it with us and get started on our journey.
On my YouTube channel, English and Spanish, I have a free course about Bitcoin, the white paper. When you read it, the first time you read it is like basic Chinese, you don't understand anything. But then you slowly and gradually start learning each individual concepts that I explained, for example, and then you put them together, read the white paper again, and then it makes all sense. I did 3 videos for free. It's a free white paper course for Latinos, for Spanish market, and English. So let's start with that. And then, because it's, what is blockchain and Bitcoin backed by?
And buy the T-shirt there.
Oh, there is a white paper T-shirt
Yeah.
there. It's amazing. You have to buy it.
Satoshi Inc.
So once you understand how it works, it's a rabbit hole, as she said. You want to learn more because it's backed by technology, cryptography, and math. And nothing can beat that, right?
It's very interesting. It's just so interesting.
Hello.
The mics are tired.
Hello. There we go. So starting with the Bitcoin white paper, fundamentally, and understand, and studying Bitcoin and blockchain makes you study what's wrong with the world today, makes you study what's wrong with what we understood or used to understand as money, which is wrong. They lied to us. The traditional financial system betrayed us. So you start understanding that even more. It happened to me. I didn't know that much, but then it's a rabbit hole in the traditional mindset and the new paradigm that this technology is bringing to us as human beings.
Read the Bitcoin Standard. Great book. Also, fundamentals.
Gold. Some golden takeaways here today. I want to lean into, what would you say would be the top 3 golden nuggets that we should all take home with us today?
For me, I think women in particular, what my feeling in this space is when we're going to participate, we want to be damn sure we know what we're talking about. So we prepare and we become informed and we educate ourselves so that when we come into the space, we come with a strong foundation. So we make a lot more noise I mean, like the women that I've met in the space are amazing. And across, whether you're an executive, whether you're a content creator, whether you're an artist, whether you're a doctor or a poet, you know, we're here to really disrupt.
Make waves in the metaverse.
Absolutely.
Gold, gold. And what about yourself, Soy Fria? Are there any golden nuggets that you want everyone to make sure that everyone here takes home with them today?
Yeah, you're late.
No, we're still early.
No, no, no.
I thought we're early.
No, no.
We're late. Okay.
You're late. I saw a friend today that paint mandalas, and she told me, okay, in 2 months I have the project. It's like 2 months, 15 days. Like, what are you waiting for?
So get it going. Get it going. And I love how there are so many tools that are here that we're creating or building to empower women to continue getting going in the space. Can you share more on some platforms, some tools that you've encountered here in the space?
Carnival.
Okay, Carnival.
Oh, she mentioned a group in Miami. I am now based here, so maybe you can say the name of the group.
Web3 Equity, fantastic resource, fantastic community.
Web3 Equity. Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
if there is one message that I can give to people today is that stay. Even if you don't know what you will end up doing in the space, stay.
Come, make mistakes and learn, and
Yeah,
it's
stay.
okay.
Yes, and lean into your gifts, your skill sets, and your talents. Don't try to duplicate or replicate what someone else is doing. It's important that you show up authentically as you. Show up gold, genuine, original, loving dreamer, and you'll attract who you attract what you exude. And one project that I'm currently working on, if I may share, is a empowerment hub specifically designed to empower women in Web3. I was recently featured in Forbes providing a 4-part prescription on how to transform your mindset from powerless to powerful. So empowerment is something that I'm very, very passionate about, and I think that we need more here in the space. Yes, having the tools, having the resources is gold, but also having your empowerment tool chest loaded up is key as well.
Absolutely. Bring in your confidence and good things will happen, I think.
Exactly. So in this Empowerment Hub, it's called Meta Gold, and it consists of a spoken word NFT collection that gives holders access to empowerment tools, coaching, support, so that they can continue to get it going here in the Web3 space, specifically women in Web3. And then there's a spoken word metaverse. This is the first ever spoken word metaverse that
Wonderful.
allows you to immerse yourself in mindfulness. It's immersive mindfulness that speaks to the soul and empowers forward steps.
Wonderful. And then Thera and I will be at Bitcoin on Wednesday with the launch of our Bitcoin Genesis drop at carnival.art. So I hope we have your support. I hope to see you there. Come find us, and we'd love to share our work.
Most definitely. And how can we connect with you further?
Being a visual artist, Instagram is more of a visual medium. I know crypto Twitter is major. I am there. I enjoy it more for the spaces, but for posting, I post more content on Instagram. Luli.Sulichin, Luli.Sulichin. But if you put Luli, you'll see a crazy woman with lights on her head, and that's me.
You'll see a golden woman with lights on her head, shining her light bright. That's what you'll see. That's what I see too. So thank you, Luli, for being present.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're so very welcome. And Soy Fria, how can we connect with you further?
Like that. How is it? Soy Fria.
Soy Fria, that's S-O-Y.
Not Frida, please. Frida is dead. I'm Fira, not Frida.
And
Noted.
for me,
And soy, sorry. Soy in Spanish means I am. So I'm not food. I am Fira.
for me is Twitter mainly and YouTube, crypto Twitter, Tech con Catalina in Spanish and Tech with Catalina English.
Gold. And I'm curious to know, we'll end on this last note because we had a panel earlier who featured the YouTube creator, what was his title? He was from YouTube. And he shared more on how YouTube creators are making waves in the space. And making waves in the space. So this last question is for you, Catalina. How has being a YouTube creator impacted the way that you're showing up in the space? Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by waves? Like
Making waves, meaning that you are making a change. And so I'm curious to know, how has being specifically a YouTube content creator affected the way that you're showing up? Have you seen other YouTube creators creating content like you in the space?
Sure. I think for the Spanish-speaking community, I don't see that there are many. There are many educating traders and fundamentals, teaching about the fundamentals as well. I don't see that many women. I want to encourage. I would like to see more women talking about this. But the way, as I said, the reason I am here is because I was trying to find the double potential: impact and wealth creation. I'm not gonna lie, we're all here for the long term, for taking advantage of the market cycles and also make money. That's okay. But the impact. So I knew that I wanted to bring value to people, have my own brand, and I educate myself. The more I educate myself, the more I can give to others, and so it pushes me to be at the top of the game, my toppest, like all the time. And it has impacted me in a way that last year, after the pandemic, was the first time that I went to a conference and people were like, wanted to take pictures with me. I wanted to say hi and thanking me. And I was like more thanking them, because I think it's a win-win. It's like a double mutual love but that's the way that it has impacted me and has given me more strength and willingness to keep doing what I'm doing.
And I think there was a panelist here before Becky who's fantastic. And she said, Web 2 is attention. Web 3 is retention. And I thought that was gold.
That was gold.
That was
Web
amazing.
2 was attention. Web 3 is all about retention. You want to wrap it, Soy?
That's a good one.
So we're going to wrap up our panel here today before things get weird. And I want you to join me and have a last-minute dose of inspo to share with us today.
No, I'm right about done. I'm just so happy to be here to talk with you. You know, we get to see each other on Twitter Spaces, but it's nice to put some physicality to it.
Let's make a
Yes.
video. Woo!
Content right here. That's a true content creator.
We are in
Absolutely.
a panel right now. Say hi, ladies.
Yes. So
I don't want to quote this as being mine because Becky said it, but Web 2 is attention, Web 3 is
It's
retention.
I like that. First
And
time.
creating community, I think it's
Creating community,
and
social
adding
impact.
value and giving value
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
gold,
that's
gold. Well, thanks again, ladies, for showing up, for shining your light, and being such a great source of insights here today at NFTCon into the metaverse, making waves. Let's
Thank
go.
you so
Give it
much
up
for
again.
having us.
Thank you.
We really
Yes,
appreciate it.
Thank you so much.